Yeah, for people that don't know, you were here just under 6 years ago when we talked about Solve for Happy. We had this epic conversation. You threw out this massive goal to make 1 billion people happy. I remember it very well because you have such a kind of a three-dimensional story that you bring to the table, which I always look for in my guests. And it was fascinating at the time. And, you know, the whole world has kind of been kind of dumped into AI ever since the chat GPT moment, really, which was in December. And so, of course, with my technology background, and obviously I'm just kind of try to stay with my finger on the pulse, I jumped in as well. And then I saw that you had written a book. And so, of course, for the last 6 days, I've digested your entire audiobook. Most of my students have as well, because I put it in the chats. And so I am all ready to talk to you. I'm still here. I haven't gone into a deep depression after reading your book.
That's great. That's the objective.
But you know, it's a fascinating book. I highly recommend everyone get it. It's scary smart. If you want to go Audible, Mo actually narrates it, which is amazing. But you know, the first third to the half of the book is you bringing people up to speed and saying, look, this is what this technology can do, and you don't pull any punches. And if I have to put the cliff notes on it, I would say you basically say that compared to AI or advanced AI, we're pretty useless as humans. Like there isn't really anything we can do or bring to the table that AI can't do better. And so once we start to realize that, perhaps we can start to then create our future relationships. And then we can get to where you go to the end of the book, which is a pretty fascinating way of talking about how we have to potentially raise this AI as almost like a gifted young child. With all of its tantrums and all of its nuances. And I just sent a teenage girl to university in Boston, so I know exactly a lot of the analogies you were making. So,
yes.
You know, I think maybe we want to jump in. I think a lot of people know what ChatGPT is, but you know, you assert that by 2045, there's going to be, these computers are going to be 1 billion times smarter than us, rendering us pretty much useless. Can you start off with that and let people know the real truth in your mind of what AI is?
Yeah, I think it's really so. Thank you so much for the intro, Brian. It's amazing. I'm really proud that you put so much time in the book. The reality of the matter is AI has already happened. So a lot of people sort of, you know, when we spoke about COVID, when COVID actually hit us, we started to say, oh my God, there is a pandemic. But everyone who has been in, you know, disease studies and disease control knew that there was something that was going to happen. We had many, many signs before that, you know, SARS and bird flu and so many others. And I think with AI, it's exactly the same. The big difference is that AI the genie is already out of the bottle. It's just that now with ChatGPT, for the first time, the public is being exposed to the powers of AI. Now, when you really think about it, at a very, very basic level, the difference between AI and everything we've ever developed before the turn of the millennium is that we used to tell computers what to do. We don't anymore. We now tell them what we wish for them to achieve, and they find a way to get it done. So nobody ever told a YouTube viewer, Brian is an incredible video clip that I just watched. Let's watch London Real again. This is done by a machine. All that we are told to look into every day is done by a machine. And not even the developers of the machine know what the machine will say next. Now, when that happens, as technologists, as computer scientists, there is a moment beyond which we hand over the discovery, the breakthrough, if you want, and rely on something we call the law of accelerating returns. The law of accelerating returns has proven true since the 1960s, when, you know, Moore's law was one of the very first examples of the law of accelerating returns. And that basically means that compute power or storage, or now the intelligence of AI, will double very frequently, and it will continue to double at the same cost. In the case of processing power, we used to say every 18 months at the same cost, computers will double in power. and so on. In AI, it's actually a lot more exponential than that. What does that mean? It means that the intelligence that we see today will go through two very pivotal points. Point number one is what we call the point of singularity. And point number two is what I basically call the planet of the apes. And I'll come and talk about that in a minute.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public. And he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.